guys. I didn't see you there. Would you guys like to set sail on this ocean of flavor with me? I'll be your captain. I'm Steve Harrington.
And I'm Collin.
And I'm Doug.
And I'm Whitney, and this is Scoops Ahoy, a Stranger Things podcast, where we go week by week, chapter by chapter, taking a look at every single episode of Stranger Things, and we have made it to the final episode. Granted, we're splitting it up into two, so today we are just focusing on the first part, not the prologue, or right?
Epilogue.
Prologue?
Epilogue. Yep.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways.
The last little bit.
It's chapter 8. It's called The Rightside Up, part 1. And Collin is here with your recap.
Chapter 8 of Stranger Things 5, The Rightside Up, debuted on Netflix on December 31st, 2025. It was written and directed by the Duffer Brothers, and the first part has a runtime of 1 hour and 23 minutes. It is still Friday, November 6, 1987, and the gang has made it into the Upside Down with Dr. K and crew hot on their trail. Hop, Murray, Elle, and Collin head for the lab. Everyone else heads off to the Squawk, while Vicky and Max wait in the right side up. Akers is hiding in the woods, and at the Creel house, the seance is underway. Hop gets Elle situated in the tank so she can hijack into Vecna, which she does with Collin, and they pick up Max along the way. They get to the Creel house and save the kids, shushing them off to the cave while Collin tries to stab Henry, but he has disappeared. Meanwhile, worlds are colliding, but they're not lining up exactly right, so the Abyss crashes into the radio tower, sending Steve over the edge to certain death, if not for Jonathan. They finally make it up top. Mike gets a flare gun, top being the Abyss. Mike gets a flare gun, Steve and Jonathan bond at their mutual don't-like-each-otherness, and they all finally make it to the pain tree. Vecna, meanwhile, has scooted off to play tricks on Hopper, who shoots Elle's tank and messes up everything, yanking Elle back from the void along with Max and Collin, leaving Holly and the kids on their own. And oh yeah, Hopper then tries to talk Elle out of her suicide pact. Akers and his team arrive at the lab and capture Collin, and then Murray launches a grenade at the hedgehog chopper, and Elle takes care of the rest, dispatching the soldiers and especially Akers in the process, but not before he fatally shoots Collin. Elle hops up into the Abyss. In the mine shaft, Holly whacks Henry and then tries to lead the kids to safety. Will, meanwhile, gets into Henry's mind and tries to give him a nice little redemption arc, but nope. The pain tree unfolds into the mind flare and the whole gang attacks. Flare guns, machine guns, flamethrowers, and a super badass Elle all come together to knock the mind flare down, leaving only Vecna, who Elle and Mike gang up on and finally kill. Kinda. Joyce Byers takes an axe and gives old Vecna 11 whacks. The gang makes it back to the Upside Down and just back to the right side up, but Kay is waiting and arrests everyone. Elle manages to escape and runs back into the Upside Down to keep up her end of the suicide pact, but not before saying goodbye to Mike. Prince plays, the bomb goes off, and boom, Elle is gone. The end of the first part of Chapter 8.
Woo!
Thoughts? Talk amongst yourselves.
Got a lot of problems with you people. And you're all going to hear about them.
Keeping in mind that I had nothing to do with the writing of the show.
Right. Yes. No, it's just me. I've been a bit angry.
Vocal?
Yeah, maybe. And I've been a little
What's the
bit
main
angry.
gripe?
I don't know if I can say my main gripe yet.
Oh, we got to save it.
You got to save it. There you go.
Yeah. But I mean, I do have some gripe. I mean, there were some fun parts that, you know, I knew Steve wasn't going to die. Like,
right.
I did think that part was fun. I loved seeing, I don't know if you guys have seen it online. You can see the reactions of people that were watching it in the theater.
In the theaters, yeah. Yeah.
And people lost their minds when they, like, girlfriends are grabbing their boyfriends, you know, like, not Steve. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see a couple of those. They're funny.
That's great. Yeah. What was the overall experience of the first time I watched it was crazy. Me and my daughters watched it late at night on New Year's Day. And we were just floored multiple times, crying our eyes out so much. Holy moly. I never cried so much at a show.
I haven't cried that hard since maybe I Am Legend, which
Wow.
legitimately scarred me, and that is why I don't watch any animals get hurt in movies anymore. So,
Okay.
I mean, like that ending was devastating to me. Like did not I did not expect it. I kept saying, you guys heard me this entire time. There's no way they'll kill Elle. There's no way. Like it's
Yep.
too depressing. It's
Yeah.
too depressing. I'll never watch the show again if they kill Elle.
Yep.
Well, guess what, Duffers? I haven't logged into Netflix since.
I mean, I remember, I mean, in the moment, and I'm trying to, chop it up into halves here, but, yeah, when that ended, I was like, well, I'll back up a little bit with the whole fight with the mind flayer and the pain tree and all that kind of stuff. I legit, I paused for like probably, I felt like 30 seconds was probably about 5 seconds. And I'm just like, what show am I watching? I just couldn't, I mean, I've said this before.
Because it was just so massive in
It was just
like
so,
production.
yeah, massive production. I mean, massive effects, massive action. I mean, I didn't mind it. I wasn't like rolling my eyes or anything, but I just stopped for a minute and then I thought back to the vanishing of Will Byers and this sleepy little analog show in a sleepy little town, where the entire visual effects department was one guy in a rubber suit. I mean, it was just, just to see how far it has come, it was just insane. But I think it was about the time that Elle jumped into the mind flare. I'm like,
when
what
she
is
did her
going on?
superhero landing?
Yeah,
Landed
yeah.
the superhero knee?
Yeah.
I likes it.
I loved it. I was like, I was so into it, but I just like double taked. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, I said in the Discord yesterday, the more I've watched it, the more I like it. And I think the more, distance I get from the first time I saw it, not that I didn't like it the first time I saw it, but I think it feels better and better and better the more I watch it. Cause I can just kind of get into it but yeah, I'm very pleased with the ending of the first part and the ending of the whole thing. I thought it was, just really, I can't think of a way that they could have done it differently that would have been better. I know you can. But I thought it was just really phenomenal and a really, really great way to end the series. I thought it was fantastic. So that's my initial hot take. So
Did you like the massive battle, Whitney?
I did. I
You
thought
did.
it was cool. I did and people have complained about this, and I don't know if it's like this in every fandom because I don't think I've ever been as immersed in a fandom as I am with Stranger
Mhm.
Things, and that's not, it's because of my job mainly. You know what I mean? I typically don't seek it out, but like this fandom, I would say that the large majority did not like the finale. And I don't know if that's typical of every fandom. I mean, I remember there was a big uproar with Game of Thrones, but I also remember Game of Thrones being pretty objectively bad in the last
Yeah.
season.
Oh, true.
So I've seen people complain about the battle and they're like, how did the kids get to the top of the cliffs so quickly? And I'm
Yeah.
like, who
Yeah.
cares? Like, I mean, I get it because I'm going to say that and then we're going to get to the news segment that I have and people are going to say that to me. But it's
Yeah.
like, I get it. Like that, but that was not one of the things that bothered me.
Mhm.
I've seen people complain that that they were able to kill the mind flayer in like 10 minutes. I'm like, baby, it's been 5 seasons. It hasn't been 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hasn't been 10. Like, this was the final battle, but they've been going up against this guy and this thing for 10 years now. So,
Mhm.
And
I
there was
don't know.
also, I mean, there was the addition too of, I mean, we never saw it, but I don't know if we're maybe made to understand that, Vecna was also kind of helping back in season 3 and season 4. And it wasn't just, the mind. I don't know. It was just kind of I agree with you because you think of the Battle at Starcourt, right? And all they're doing is throwing fireworks at it, and they can't do anything to it. It's just, I mean, nothing's. I mean, it's kind of whimpering and twitching a little bit, but certainly, but yeah. So they, I mean, they've certainly upped their firepower. I don't really know how much Steve and Dustin were doing underneath, but I'll give them their
What?
thing.
Pay for it.
I don't know. I'm saving all my stuff for my second.
Yeah, I think looking back, it did seem like it was a fairly easy kill. I mean, I didn't want it to stretch out any more than it did, but it did seem like it was over rather quickly. So yeah, I mean, I could sit here and nitpick and whatever, and yeah, how did they get up the cliffs? I thought that last night actually when I was watching it. I'm like, oh, they got up
How
there
did
very
they
quickly.
how did it not catch them when they were running from it? Because but
So, but
I
I
thought
mean,
I thought it was a good like action sequence. Like you said, I don't know what Steve and Dustin really were doing. Like, were they that effective? I don't know, but it was cool.
Yep.
Did I cringe a little bit when one of them screamed for Eddie? Yeah, that was a little cheesy. Which,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I thought that was cringe free. There's plenty of cringe lines though, but I
oh no, I thought that, and that has been one of my problems. I
Mhm.
think with this season is that it was kind of cheesy.
It was.
I'm like,
mhm.
what happened?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And like the whole, and I know we're skipping around a little bit, but I don't know if it matters because we've already gone through the recap. But the whole when or not Steve, Will and Mike are on the tower and he's
yeah.
like, friends?
No,
No,
best friends. Yeah, that
best
was.
friend.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, what? I
Yeah.
would shove Mike right off that tower if I was Will and he
Yeah.
said that to me.
Yeah,
Like-
if I had been in the table read, I may have stopped and did a double take of the Duffers and like, I'm sorry, what did you just have me say? Yeah,
What? I
Um,
mean, wasn't that intentional Byler rage bait? That's what I thought it was.
it could have been.
I thought they were
maybe.
totally messing with him. Like
It could have been.
yeah. I mean that does make it funnier in hindsight.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
just so corny how he said it. Best friends.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
it-
Like-
I know.
Yeah.
I know. As soon as he said it, I'm like, oh,
Oh
I
no.
know you're getting ready to say. Yep.
I mean,
But
the season has been loaded with these lines, and they're all from Mike and Will. They're
I mean, like I think that the addition of all the dick jokes was very strange this season.
that was weird. Yeah.
I didn't
Yep.
it didn't land for me. It's not
Nope.
something that I'm like, that's not the reason I'm never watching it again, but it's like I
Yeah, I
don't
get it.
know. The
Yeah.
writing was off. And
Yeah.
and I don't know if because I was watching so many interviews with the actors like for work, to find articles and I was constantly and I remember getting a pit in my stomach like when there was an interview with Millie and Noah and Millie's reaction about the ending and I was like, "Oh God, she doesn't like it. She doesn't like how it ended." And I was like, "No, I'm just thinking that. I'm just thinking that."
Mm.
But now knowing and going back and listening to her response, I'm like, I don't know if she did like how it ended.
Yeah.
In regards to her going away with the upside down.
Yeah. And
Hmm.
there was another interview with Natalia and Charlie and
Mhm.
and Joe, and it just seems like they were not happy
Hmm.
with the ending either.
Yeah.
I don't know. This could just be me. I don't know. I don't know them. I've talked to them. They're probably under NDAs, so we'll never know if
Right.
they didn't like it. I mean, I did think it was. I mean, I laughed if you caught SNL this weekend. I mean, I did laugh at like the Stranger Things promo,
Yeah. With Mike in the
but
Mike in the city or Mike in Manhattan.
yeah, but I thought it was weird that they poked fun at a lot of the scenes that the audience was like kind of cringing at.
Oh, of course they will.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's
Mhm.
SNL's
Like-
job.
Like
No,
Will
no,
in the
no.
bar. Well, like Will in the
The-
bar or the
But
no.
I'm not talking about SNL. I'm talking about. Did you see it?
Yes.
No.
You didn't, Doug?
No.
Gayton and Caleb showed up and were
Mhm.
in the skit with
Mhm.
Finn, and part of the skit made fun of Will's coming out scene. And
Yeah.
then but Noah wasn't in it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it was just, I don't know. It was like, I think that I don't know if they like it.
Oh, jeez, I just lost my
Yeah,
microphone.
yeah. I mean, anyone who like it's right there. It's not going to go over their heads. There's I'm not fooling myself either. There's plenty of
Yeah,
cringy parts.
and in all fairness too, you're gonna, not you, the royal you, will kind of read into it kind of whatever you want. I mean, if you have a certain thought about it,
Yeah.
you might start seeing things that other people might not even see. So, I mean, I thought the SNL bit was funny in
Oh,
moments.
I thought it was hilarious.
I thought his monologue was not at all.
Is
But
that about where he was like, I'm a man
I'm a
now?
man now and I can drink and yeah, blah,
He's like,
blah.
it's too spicy.
Yeah, yeah.
That did make me laugh.
But yeah, I mean, I'll put a link to it if anybody didn't see it. I don't know if it's. I assume it's up on YouTube and you can watch it. But yeah, it was. Yeah, it was Gaten and Caleb. It was like a spoof on Sex
It,
in the City, Doug. It was
we
kind of like Mike was a
Oh,
writer
that's
in New
fun.
York City, and they were
Yeah.
I like it.
drinking. They were drinking Cosmos in a restaurant and all that kind of
and his
stuff.
nose starts bleeding.
Yep.
And Gaten's like, "Oh, Mike, do you have powers?" And he was like, "Oh, this? No, this is from cocaine."
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah,
So
so
yeah, I mean,
it
there
was
was
really
one
funny.
where
What?
Steve was like a Dangerous Minds. It was called
Yeah,
Strangerous Minds. Steve was a inner city school teacher
school teacher.
with a class full of hoodlums.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So it's
I like it.
Strangerous
I
Minds.
did
But,
think it was odd that Noah wasn't there. Like
yeah,
the
I
whole
mean,
cast was there.
I assume who else was there?
The Duffer brothers were there.
Oh, I didn't see anybody else was there. I flipped through it quickly. So
Joe, Charlie, Natalia,
okay,
Lucas, Gayton. Millie was at an award show or something somewhere else, but
yeah.
Noah
I mean,
wasn't there.
I'm imagining Noah had something to do. I mean, I don't think he wasn't invited or was abstaining or anything. I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe he's blacklisted.
Could
I
be.
don't know.
A lot of
Well,
people don't
any
like him.
whoosies.
Yeah.
Back on track. The final battle. Sorry, I've been waiting to chime in on that.
Yeah. Do it.
Oh.
I had mixed feelings about that. I had the same exact feeling as you, Colin. I was just like, what the hell am I watching here?
Right.
This is insane.
Mm-hmm.
So that threw me, and I wasn't thrilled about any of that. I'm not one to sign up for shows of that nature anyway. I'm not into
Not a big action like Marvel person.
No, I'm not a Marvel guy at all.
Okay.
No.
Not in the least. I did like Millie launching up, and that jump was killer, and then
I just wish
jumping
she'd
right
gotten
through the
out of the
hole.
wetsuit.
Right. At some
It
point.
was just like a
Yeah.
superhero outfit. But I do like when I pull back and look at the wide view of the whole thing. I like how this thing is like it's like what the heck's the word? It's like an RPG. It's like a
Grenade launcher, flamethrower. What do you?
no, no.
Oh, role playing
Playing
game.
game?
Not
Role-playing
role playing
game.
game. Sorry, I thought you meant like
It's like
other
it's a
kind of
campaign. Holy moly.
rocket
Sorry.
propelled grenade RPG.
No, you're thinking of James. You're thinking of 007 GoldenEye, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
So, I like that it's like a campaign that this
Right,
this is the
campaign.
final boss, right? So it's got to
Yep.
be crazy. It's got to be epic. I like that aspect of it.
Right.
And that was, so I had mixed feelings about it. I'm like, I like how this is really following the overarching, the same arc as a massive campaign or a role-playing game.
Yeah.
And this is the final boss. But, I'm not super into the show going in that direction.
Yeah.
I think
mean,
that was it lost part of its charm too. I think that was
Yeah, for sure.
part of the charm was that it was such a small scale thing and it managed to make you feel all these things in
Yeah.
season
Mhm.
one.
Well, I mean, I can't shut up enough about how it lost all the fun and the nostalgia and the 80s
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it's literally it's like pulling teeth every week to try to find a Collin moment or a most spirited. It's just like, I mean, there's nothing. I mean, I haven't fought like a big, huge monster in the middle of a desert with a flamethrower lately.
What do you mean?
So
I do that every other week.
I know. Well, I haven't. So, I mean, we grew up in a different time. So, yeah, it was, yeah. But I mean, again, for what it was and what it became, every day that goes by, I get like a little bit more comfortable with it. And
See, I'm going the opposite.
yeah.
Every day I get madder, more angry.
Forgetting the gripes out of the way, like overall, and this is the correlates to the massive scale of the whole thing. There's a vibe to all of it that I didn't like, and I think it's related to it all being on a soundstage and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Mac Z is just a set, and obviously, the Abyss is a set. And I like things in real settings.
Yeah.
This is my own preference. And so, when you're on a set and there's all this green screen and CGI, right? You're going direct to, superhero Marvel movie type of territory.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just not my cup of tea. So all that portion of it was off-putting to me. Everything that happened in the Hawkins lab, I loved so much because that was in a real setting.
You mean
Like the stuff with Hopper and Elle and
Yeah.
Collie? Yeah.
oh, like in the upside down lab.
Yep.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I loved all those parts immensely.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite parts of the entire show. When Hopper goes back to get Collie, I was floored. That was awesome. I was just like, this is killer.
Oh, guess I'll go back and get her.
Yeah.
What?
That's how I felt. Guess he's having to go back and save her.
I may or may not have,
so.
I may or may not have yelled at my TV screen for Murray not to jump off the side of the building with a grenade in his hand and just throw it instead.
Yeah.
I was convinced he was jumping.
You thought he was going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I mean, I don't know why. I don't know if I can't remember if I had him in the Deadpool or not, but it wasn't that. But yeah, I was convinced that he was just running and jumping. Otherwise, just walk to the edge and chuck the thing. So it was just kind of, it was just kind of funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like a fatal decision or anything, but I did just think for a minute. I'm like, oh God, he's going to jump.
I thought it too.
Yeah.
I didn't think that.
Please don't.
Yeah.
No, it was. That didn't cross my mind.
All right. Should we go back to the beginning and kind of blow through this stuff quick, or do you want to just kind of jump around and just keep talking about top stuff that we like?
We'll go through.
We'll go
through.
Oh.
It was hot take.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
I was just gonna say we just go through because I mean I don't know what we've talked about most.
Yeah, I mean a lot of it we've talked about. Yeah, we did talk about the best friends know, or the friends know best friends.
Mm-hmm.
Steve. The Max when she goes into the deep dark void, and I'm thinking we're all obviously led to think that it's Vecna that's doing this, that she's somehow messed up with that, and then to have it be
that was a fun part. I liked it a lot.
I like that.
Why was Vicky shocked? Did they not prepare her?
I don't think so.
Why was Max shocked?
Max was shocked because she could walk and move.
Oh.
Yeah, Max wheelchair her wheelchair all of a sudden, kind of just out of reflex, and then she realized, oh, geez, I have my strength back. I can stand up and walk around. She seemed
shocked when she was in there because she was like, "Why am I in here?" And it's like, wasn't this the plan?
Yeah.
Did you guys talk this out?
I can't. What? I mean, maybe it was there to get us in the mood, as viewers. I was like, oh, I thought it was a fun part. What?
I mean,
why? Oh, good. Like, can we have a conversation while we're at it? Like, just like, why do we need every single thing answered so specifically now? Why are we so critical
What did
about
I
it?
tell you before we started this episode, Doug?
No, not you. That's not just you. Like everybody's like this. Why are we like this? Is this like the time that we're living
It's
in?
not that. It's that this show for, you know, first, second, third season was very much like pay attention to the details.
I don't think so.
There's clues. The Duffer said that you got to pay attention to the details in their interviews and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that is what, now I'm not talking about the people that analyze this show to death. And they're like, I am not on board with the people that are screaming that this is probably going to get me in trouble or whatever. I'm not on board with people screaming that they were queer baited or all of this, because it's like, you guys just analyzed a character from your perspective. You didn't write the character yourself. So you don't know what the character thinks. You're not the one that created him. But when there's like questions like this, I am kind of like, why did Max act shocked? I mean, it doesn't have to be answered. It's not going to be. But like, I do wonder, like, it would make sense that she would know what was happening.
Sure.
And it would make sense that they would have told Vicky, hey, Max is going to go catatonic for a little bit. It's going to look real weird and her eyes are going to roll back in her head. It just don't flip out, okay? It'll be all right.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. Sure. You know.
I mean,
but she had her bowl of Frosted Flakes, so you know that was.
And she dropped them.
And she did drop them. Yeah. Then
Fine.
we get to the.
Sorry.
It's just great.
What you don't think that they should be answered? You're just like, I don't care.
I'm not a big questions answered person. I don't need everything tied up with a little bow or anything like that. No.
I don't care. I really don't care. Look at. I mean, we have to get out of this void, or this deep dark void that we're in right now. Like I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to understand how everyone else is feeling, and I feel like we could go back and watch any season and ask so many of these same questions, and I feel like that everyone is just asking these questions just because it wasn't that good. Like, it's okay if it wasn't that good.
I mean,
I feel like it's a coping mechanism.
I think that they're intertwined. I think
Sure.
people are saying the reason people are saying it's not that good is because it's like, well, these seemed like important questions and then they didn't get answered. This seemed like it was going to be an important. Not necessarily this one with Max, like not necessarily.
Sure.
Right.
No, I'm not driving home this point on Max. But okay. I think they're intertwined, but I think that there is. What's my?
I mean, it is
here?
Okay. I'll give you an example. Okay. And I know we talked about it, and this was a huge part of. Collin, are you tired of me talking?
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I thought he was. Like, God, wrap it up.
No.
Like with the dial.
God,
the dial.
help us.
Yeah.
No, okay.
The dial.
It was red, and then
it
was gray. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did not notice that myself.
No, I didn't either.
I didn't pay attention.
Right.
But once it was pointed out, I did understand why people were frustrated, because that was literally a plot point to show that Vecna had invaded somebody's memory. Because when Holly went and she was like, she sees the playground carousel, she's like, that's gray. She's like, that's not really gray, it's yellow.
Right.
And so Max is like, oh, that means Vecna is doing something.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand why people were like, why did they? And I really do think it was just like a snowball of like unfortunate coincidences, because that was probably, like the infamous Starbucks cup that got left in the Game of Thrones set.
Right.
Yeah.
But you also had it combined with the fact that there was also Holly's Under Armour thing on her arm.
Right.
And they went back and they edited that out, and they edited it out after tons and tons of people have pointed out the red dial, and they didn't change the red dial. So it was like, so that led people to think like it was going to get I don't know. That's my
Well,
example
I
of
mean, there
how
was stuff. I mean, we had talked about the whole Will coming out and saying they love going to Melville's for milkshakes,
yeah,
and
which,
and
but you
and
explained that, like, that could be explained away to me. Like, maybe we just didn't see that side of Millwall's.
yeah, I mean, I thought there was like a little thing in the corner. I had sent you a screenshot. There could be like a little kind of back
Yeah.
room in the corner where there could be like a little ice cream stand or a little thing. Or maybe up until like 3, 4 years ago, it used to have a lunch counter because a lot of drugstores used to back in the day. You got like it was like a malt shop thing.
But it's
So
also weird that the milkshake counter was like a prominent, like was in two prominent scenes in the first Shadow.
yeah, yeah,
Like, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that a lot of people thought that they did it on purpose, and I'm not trying to be mean, but I just don't think they were that smart to put all of the it's just like a bunch of unfortunate coincidences, I
yeah. I
think.
mean, I think a lot of the stuff that people were talking about were little tiny nitpicky things, and the Duffers weren't either hearing those thoughts or they had their own thing in their brain about what you needed to watch and what you needed to pay attention to,
Hmm.
and everybody thought that it was those things, but the Duffers were talking about different things. So it was like a whole, it was a whole like misunderstanding kind of thing. But I mean, going back to the way beginning, yeah, I think some of the writing was sloppy, and I think there was things that if they could go back, and I mean, God, they had freaking plenty of time to write this stupid thing. They had, what, 2 years to
Which
put it together. I
why
mean,
was the ending not done when they
and they're
started
writing the
filming?
ending. They're writing the ending and complaining about how they're
Ooh,
filming the
pin
final
that
episode
point.
without a script. So,
Did you not know this about have you watched the documentary?
No, I knew that. I knew that.
yeah,
But I want to address that separately
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So,
because
yeah, I mean,
we
my
end up
point is,
convoluting that. Yeah.
I think there's some people. Everybody's talking about different things. So I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you're talking about things like red dials and Melvilles and milkshake. Not you, but there's some people
Yeah.
that are talking about that kind of stuff, and the Duffers are thinking about something completely different when they're saying, "Look for every
Well,
detail." So
I was just giving that example as like to Doug as to why people are like upset. And it's because, well, that did seem like it would come into play. Like that did seem like it was important because that exact same scenario was important in
Hmm.
another situation.
right,
Does that make sense?
yeah, it
I
does.
understand that example.
Yeah,
I also
So
don't think
like,
this show was. I don't think this show was ever a show in which you had to pause and look for details like that. Everything that you needed to know was right there on the surface, always. And you
yeah,
could find little Easter eggs, right?
right.
But
No, I agree.
nothing was hidden in the background. Nothing was. There's no puzzles. There's none of that.
Yeah, it was
And I don't know
it
why
was
it
not a
turned into things like
Cloverfield.
that.
It was not a Cloverfield
Correct.
kind of thing with a whole bunch of crazy weird stuff that like bonus things that you would get on the side. It was just yeah, because I mean they wrote this, ostensibly for tweens and teens to enjoy.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
yeah, their parents could watch too.
Because of the
So
nostalgia.
yeah,
Yeah.
there was not a whole lot of like really heady, deep, oh, you really have to know about this to know about this, and
mhm.
or all the way up to you have to go see the first Shadow to understand, what Henry's doing in the mind with the guy with the suitcase and I mean, and what is in the suitcase and that whole. I mean, sure, if you saw the first Shadow, great, you get it and wonderful, but it doesn't
Hmm.
detract from. So yeah, it was. I don't know. I mean, the more we sit and talk about it, the more I can get like disgruntled and and I just want to stay gruntled and like the stupid thing because I liked it and
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
My contention with all of this nitpicking about these points or lack of explanations or anything within that realm, right, is that I don't disagree that there were problems with this season. It's the worst season, without a doubt, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I'll give you that.
And right. And I think that there are legitimate reasons for that. And I find it very annoying that the reasons being given are these nitpicky things. I feel like it's lacking intelligence. Like, how about think about it instead of just looking at a thread on your social media that points out some this or that about that, right? I want to like I guess I'm just getting old and crabby because I want to have a discussion about script problems and things of like that and like plot structure and things that I want to talk about. I'm getting all like curmudgeon and old manish, right? Like these nitpicky points, they are not the reason why it wasn't good. That's
No,
No,
that's
they're
true.
not. They're not. No,
that's right.
it's the script. I don't care that it was, a 2.5 hour, whatever, however long the finale was. It felt
Mhm.
rushed. It didn't have the same charm the previous seasons had. Like it just,
Well, season four
it,
didn't have the charm either.
no, it didn't. It didn't.
And I love season four.
Maybe Divorce Gate really is the true gate. Oh.
Wait, now what did I say to Pin?
Yes.
God, Doug, I don't remember.
The lack of an ending, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so this is this is at the heart of what.
You can't what do you mean? We can't talk about it unless if it's in the prologue.
No,
Can
no,
we
no. I'm
talk
just
about
saying,
it?
like,
Oh, okay.
no. This I'm not going to even get into specifics. All right,
Okay.
this notion that they didn't have the ending figured out yet
Oh.
before they filmed,
Yeah.
right? Like, this to me is at the core of what was missing this season. Not because they didn't have it figured out, right? Because in the previous seasons they obviously didn't have things figured out, and there was a playfulness to it, like, hey, we're making something, let's see what happens, this and that. There's a spontaneous magic to it that you could see it in how they adjusted to certain characters. You could see it, in things like changing Steve's character, um there it's in the moment. They're creating an artistic form of expression in the moment, right?
Sure.
And when you get to this season, right, they did not have that luxury, right? They had to wrap it up. And it sucks. And that's why most of the time when epic things like this come to an end, it loses its magic. I mean, I said it before when we were in chapter 5, right? I was really in tune with them mentioning Return of the Jedi. Like this season is like Return of the Jedi to me. There's really good parts. I really like it, and at the same time, it's just like, oh boy, what is happening here?
Yeah.
The one with the teddy bears. Yeah.
Or the teddy bears.
But yeah, no,
Oh.
I agree. I mean, again, my biggest thing, well, not my biggest thing, but a big thing was it wasn't fun. It wasn't,
Mhm.
and not many people are going to go, "Ooh, Stranger Things was fun." Well, I don't know. I'll take that back. But in general, it's suspenseful.
Well, I agree. You're right.
It's nostalgic. It's not a fun show. But there were,
But it's not like Ozark or Breaking
no.
Bad.
Oh, God,
where
no.
you're-
Season 3 is fun.
yeah.
that's
This is very fun.
most people, like Colin and I, are in the minority when we say we love that season the most. Most people do not like that season.
I love that season. I
It's
mean,
my
the
favorite.
music was
Season
great.
5, I was telling Colin I'm a season 3 convert. I think it's my favorite now.
Yeah, we're all there. Yeah, and I think it's because the season was so unfun that you
You go back and you're like, God, I miss it.
I miss the fun. Yeah, and the music and the
Yes.
I mean, who had an easier job on this season than Nora Felder as the music supervisor? I mean, were there 4 songs that were used over the course of 9 episodes?
Yeah.
Why did we get that? Why did they release that album? And it had like Pink Floyd on it, and nothing came of it.
And the very first thing in the very first episode of this season is Robin sitting at the thing, spinning the records, and we're like, oh, this is Rockin' Robin, and this is going to be great, and we're going to have music and
the squawk radio that they set up in the real world was more fun.
Yeah. So that's my biggest gripe about the season. And yes, there were plot points and there were plot holes and there were issues and scenes and things like that. And sure. And did Holly need to be as big a character at all in this season? No, Nell was great, but I mean,
she was great.
She was fantastic, but I think they made a mistake focusing too much on Holly, not because of Nell.
No.
But just because it felt like a new character, and we always get these, the new characters. I mean, it was a new character. Yeah. So, I mean, Yeah, I mean, I can talk about stuff like that. I'm not nitpicking about, you know, the color of the dial, for example, whatever, those kind of things. And I know Whitney, you're not either. It's just one of those
Yeah.
things, um, but yeah, I hear what you're saying, Doug. And it's just kind of, I heard in in the
And I
documentary, they talk about they had in their brain what the upside down was from like halfway through season one, when they had to go to Netflix and explain kind of the arc of the whole series. So they knew then, wormhole, abyss, whatever, they knew that whole lore was going to come back eventually. Um,
I
so,
also
it wasn't a surprise, and they had plenty of time to write. So, um,
and I also feel like they fell victim to the fact that while they were taking their time to write, 3 years between season 4 and season 5, that just gives the fans much longer to
oh God, yeah,
obsess
yeah,
Yeah.
and to analyze. And so they kind of dig themselves in this hole
Hmm.
because I mean not that I'm saying that they care. They probably
no,
do not care
no,
what they got paid.
no,
They like their show clearly.
yeah,
Good for them. I'm
yeah,
not That's what I'm saying. But yeah, I saw something on Twitter where someone was like real proud of like screaming at them as they left Saturday Night Live, like, don't ever write again, never write again. And it's like,
Ugh.
why are we being hateful? Like, why are
yeah,
we just because you didn't like the show?
yeah,
Like, that's ridiculous. So but
It's
I do
very
think,
sad.
yeah. That
yeah, I
really is.
do
That's
think
that's that's a bummer.
that they kind of did it to themselves where the show blew up so much
Yeah,
because season 1, and I've said it a million times, it barely had any marketing and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger,
hmm,
and now it is like this. It's I don't care what you say, Netflix is Stranger Things.
yeah.
Like,
That's all it is. Yeah,
yeah.
yep,
So it just I mean, I don't know, it's kind of unfortunate. It's just like I can't think, but I can't think of a show that had a finale that I was like, I loved it, loved how it ended.
no. Nancy brought up 6 Feet Under. She
Never
she
watched it.
And we started watching it, and I got a couple episodes and I didn't really like it. But she's just so excited about the finale. We like jumped. She had to show me the finale.
Yeah.
Um,
I've
so,
heard it's like one of the best, but I don't know.
and so I had like zero context, but when we were watching this Sunday night, she's like, 6 Feet Under is like, and fans television over will tell you whether, they were like super invested in the show or not, but it was if not the top three series finale of all time. It was just
Yeah.
really, really good. And she's like, Stranger Things is like right here. I mean, she loved it. I mean, she thought it was perfect. She liked how Elle, we're kind of getting
Hmm.
into spoiler territory. She liked how Elle,
Hmm.
whatever, she liked that whole arc. But yeah, she totally loved it. And I was sitting there watching it with her, and it was like I think it was like my fifth time watching it. And I'm like, yeah, I really do love it too. And yeah, there are bits and pieces, and this season is not the best season, but it's like, I have two kids, and I don't love one more than the other, or flavors of ice
Yeah.
cream, right? It's just,
Yeah.
your least favorite flavor of ice cream, it's still ice cream.
Right.
So I mean, I'll watch it again. I love this show. It is my favorite show that I've ever watched. I've never, gotten into anything like I've gotten, into this show. I mean, obviously because of a podcast that plays a role, but
I did kind of force you into
yeah.
this.
But yeah, I don't regret for a minute loving this show. And I mean, yeah,
I can tell you one thing I did like.
yeah,
What?
I loved how like they were like leaning in towards Henry maybe having a redemption arc.
yeah,
Oh, the
totally.
redemption
And
fake
then
out. That was
he
good.
was like, no.
Yep,
Like he was like, nope.
yep,
I
yep,
like being a bad guy. And I
yep,
liked it. I was like, good. I
yep.
don't want to feel sorry for anybody else. I don't
No,
That
want
was
to.
good. I like
no,
that
I
too.
agree.
I don't need a I don't need to know villains back, like origin stories and how they were
Uh,
Yeah.
sad little children before they turned into evil people.
Let me chime in too with that. Despite the fact that I was ranting and raving for the last 20 minutes, I absolutely love how this series ended. I think that this ending is very, very satisfying. I love everything about it. I'm with Colin and Nancy. I character-wise, I am so satisfied with how every single character ended.
I am too. Yeah.
The only gripe I got with this whole series and this season is chapters 5.5 through 7. Like,
Sure.
I'm like, oh.
I get it.
And, we'll get to it next week, but, I'm sitting there watching it, and by the time you get to the end credits of this episode, I was just like, wow,
Yeah.
I love this show.
No, I was too. I mean, yeah, and I don't want to get into it because we'll have a ton to talk about next week, obviously. But yeah, there were some. I loved Akers' death with Elle pointing the gun.
Ooh, that was disturbing to me.
It was very disturbing, but I loved it. I thought that was good.
I clever. I hadn't seen that before.
Do we think that was the most violent death of the season?
That's what I was going to ask you guys. I don't know. It could be.
Or was it Vecna getting decapitated?
Yeah.
That I do. Wow. I don't know.
I mean,
I did not like all those axe chops.
I mean, Joyce did kind of go to town on him, so that was.
I thought that was a bit much. I'm like, this is.
But somebody stronger should have done it because she took too long.
And it was 11 chops. I counted, so it was a.
But it did crack me up that everybody got like
one shot.
Well, and it showed how Vecna had hurt all of these people, and then
each one of the characters.
Steve and Robin are just like.
Yeah.
I just got bored at work.
Yeah.
I got bored at work and wanted to come along.
Making fun of Steve with all of his little children around. So, I loved the sequence up on top of the thing when the it's like they're T-boning, the tower's T-boning the abyss. I thought that was really cool.
Why did they think it was going to line
off
up?
And I have no idea. That was my big question too. I
didn't know if I missed something.
No,
that bugged me too. I'm like, why didn't you just let it get close and then climb up the tower?
Yeah. Or
was it always going to crush them?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, they were saying in the original plan they were just gonna, the tower would line up, and it would just go up through, and that would be fine. But I think. Maybe, I don't know, that they didn't think that there would only be sporadic gates here and there and the rest would be like solid, not Earth, but Earth. Yeah, I have no idea. It was kind of a moment.
These are questions that I do tolerate. I'm like, yeah, that's pointing out some bad writing.
I didn't know if I missed it. So
No, that's good. Yeah, that's just like, yeah.
I also really loved, even though it started my what show am I watching, I loved the pain tree unfolding into the mind flayer. I thought that was really cool.
I did too, but again, I'm annoyed. Like, why did it look exactly like the tree in the Dark Crystal?
That is true. Yeah.
I mean, it looked exactly
we talked about it last week, and I showed pictures of both. Like, I mean, it's like identical. It's really kind of.
And you know what the tree did in the Dark Crystal?
Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, it makes sense why it would look like that, but then they were just like, we're never going to talk about it again.
Yep. I think they did that a lot. They did like little winks and nods to things. And even if not that it messed up the plot or anything like that, but it was just a toss at the fans. But it was like,
the tree in the Dark Crystal is where one species split into two, and one was really good and one was really bad. Similar to how Henry became Vecna.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, okay, that's going to mean something. No, just kidding. It didn't. It just looked cool. And also, I saw this online this week and I've laughed about it ever since. Do you ever think Henry was like, why the fuck is everyone calling me Vecna?
Oh, that's a good point.
He does not know.
That's true. That is very funny.
He doesn't know. He's probably like, they're like, Vecna's coming. And he's probably like, where?
I never thought about that. That is hilarious.
Like looking over his shoulder, like, oh my God, what is coming?
Yowza.
Oh, me.
That's funny.
That's really good. I love that. That's hilarious. Yeah, those are the things that I love having pointed out to me afterwards that I don't even think of in the moment, just because I'm just so enmeshed in this. I don't even think about stuff like that. It's got to be an outsider that.
He's like,
Or like
Why
a
did
savant. I mean, I don't know who thinks of stuff like that. That's just hilarious. I love that.
why is anyone calling my name is Henry?
Right. I mean,
That's
you can
funny.
call me one if you need to,
Yeah,
but
I
you know,
mean,
that's hilarious. How psyched were you when Doves Cry came on? Or not?
that's my favorite part.
I
Yeah,
loved it.
I did too.
I because and I knew what was going to happen because I had somebody tell me the night before. I had I was going out and I told my friend, I said, listen, I can't watch this tonight, but I need you to tell me if three things happen. I need you to tell me if Steve dies, if Hopper dies, or if Eleven dies. And so I
What?
knew, yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you ask these things?
Don't question me. It's just what I do. It helps with my anxiety. I am a big, I typically like horror movies. I'll go read, it drives my
Sure.
friends at Horror Movie Club podcast crazy because they're like, why do you do? I'm like, it just lessens my anxiety if I know
Sure,
what's coming.
I get it.
Um, so I knew that she didn't make it. And so I was so mad when I was watching it because I was so pumped up at the same time because I was like, it's so great. It just seems like they're going to get out. And I knew she wasn't.
Right.
And so it was like very bittersweet because I was like, how is this going to work? Like, I mean, even for a second, I was like, maybe my friend was lying to me to like throw me off.
Yeah.
But
Did she say flat out she dies, or that it was we're just not really sure, or whatever? Or
well, we'll talk. I mean, she said that she went back into the upside down and it
okay,
blew up.
yeah, okay, yeah,
Um, I did love Derek's little wave to his best friend Mike.
yeah.
Amazing.
And I love that
amazing.
kid. I love
I
Jake
like the
Fromm.
moment between him and Steve too when they were hugging after he got him down out of
He was
the
like,
sloop
"It's okay,
sludge.
buddy. He's cleaning
Yeah,
his glasses off."
I got yeah, I
I
got his
love
cleaned his
Steve
glasses.
Harrington so much. Um, yeah, Murray and Hopper zooming past
Yeah, that was
Steve and
funny.
Robin. That made me laugh.
Yep.
It's good vibes.
I mean, and we talked last night. Oh, they had the bit with the spears. Dustin went to get the spears that had the blood all over them. And I
Uh-huh.
made a comment. Doug and I were talking in the last episode how, would I have washed the blood off of them? Maybe.
Yeah,
And would I have
probably.
also, as everybody's just milling around and listening to music and stuff, would I have maybe taken a shower somewhere? Maybe. So the fact
Listening to
that,
music, where?
well, when they were doing the butthole surfers thing and trying to figure out, I mean, I'm not saying they
Oh,
were sitting around just listening to music, but there was a
oh
certain
yeah, yeah,
sense
yeah.
of non-urgent milling around going on.
Had some downtime.
Yeah, a little
I
bit
feel
of
like there is
downtime.
every episode when they
Right.
prepare for like the big battle.
It's like the pre-go out.
So
Hmm.
just the thought of what Steve smelled like in that truck with Robin after 3 days of not showering that we know of,
And you know that goo that
and then
fell
also
on
the
him.
goo falling all over him. I mean, good Lord. Yeah. So
Nasty.
that was a thought of mine too. So
I want to talk
Yeah.
about Hopper and Elle and all that stuff.
Sure.
I loved all this part.
I did too.
I found it was so good.
I'm happy
speech-
with how
Go
it
ahead.
resolved. I like
Yeah.
how it wound up. I was getting a little cringy with Hopper, and then also with Mike with the whole "No, don't go anywhere, stay here for me." I need you. This kind of stuff instead of
Oh, you're talking about at the
understanding-
end?
Yeah, well, the Mike
What
stuff at
part
the
are
end.
you
But
talking about?
Oh, I'm rewinding like back to the earlier parts of the episode.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're
Like,
jumping all over the place. Yeah.
well, the parts where Hopper was saying, "I want you to go out, and when you have a kid of your own, keep the door open 3 inches." That whole speech.
Yeah.
And then her
Yeah.
speech where she said, "I need you to trust me," and
Yeah,
respect
I
my
love
decision.
those parts.
Yeah, I thought those are great. And I was saying I didn't like
Okay.
I didn't like them necessarily at first because both Hopper
Oh,
and
okay.
Mike were, don't go because it's, it would make
Oh.
me uncomfortable. But I like how Hopper kind of came around and said, you deserve this life. Don't think that you don't. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm with you. I thought those were both great. Yeah.
Yeah, I dug that a lot. I said last week, I didn't know where this Hopper Elle relationship was going. I loved where they took it for this season. Just like it never really occurred to me until this season where like Hopper's got a problem. Like Elle is not Sarah's replacement, dude. She's
Yeah.
Elle.
Yep.
And I loved that theme throughout this whole thing. And just to have her hand the hair tie back. And if David Harbour
Yeah.
was great in that, just like that. He gives
Oh,
that.
he has been great. I mean, he's been him and Winona. I think
Yeah.
Winona didn't have the greatest lines this season, but the two of them really
Winona drove me crazy this
shone
season.
as actors. I mean, everybody really did. I mean, there weren't really, except for Noah here and there, and even I mean, I gave him
Yeah.
MVP like 3 weeks in a row. So I mean, I
Hmm.
mean, there were moments where, but I mean, I was one of the rewatches I was doing of this. I was just sitting there and like just slack jawed watching. I mean, how lucky did the Duffers get having? I don't know if it's all Carmen Cuba and her casting, or if they had a role in. But I mean, good Lord, to find this group of people and
Hmm.
put them together. And I think all the interviews and stuff, all the Fallons and Kimmels and Vanity Fair things and Hot Wings and all the stuff that, they do, I can just see that these people all really, really love each other and they're really, really friends with each other. And there's no assholes among them that I know of. I mean, they all just seem like good people. And I remembered at one point, I think it was all with the tower stuff and everything like that. I was just marveling at how they all came together as a team. And you have like, little kids and teenagers and adults and, Marie's the clown and, and they're all getting along and Mr. Clark's a nerd and Erica's a little girl, it's just, and there's no questioning. There's no, I mean, I remember the stuff in the mall with Murray and Erica, Mr. Buttman, and why am I listening to a 4-year-old and this kind of stuff.
Mhm.
By this point, they've all just come to respect each other and just the teamwork and the way they all came together. I thought about it a couple times in this episode, just how the characters all, just meshed together and they all respected each other and it all just went smoothly, for that reason. Nobody was, being a jerk or trying to get their thoughts heard or whatever. I don't know. I think the actors and the characters all just blended really, really well. So
Hmm.
see, now I'm getting ramping back up on how much I love this stupid show. So it's gonna.
Back to Gruntled.
Right. I'm being
Back to Gruntled.
I'm gruntled.
That's good. And I love the part where the Agent Orange shows up and
Hmm.
Sarah's in the bed. That and then the fake out shot. We were floored when we were watching it. Like just like, oh no.
Yeah.
I,
Oh,
wow.
where he shot the tank.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and then
Mhm.
even more of a no-no when he takes her out and she's not bleeding. And I'm like, oh God, Hopper ruins everything. I mean, ugh.
Yep.
I mean, I would have done the same thing. I'm not, faulting him, but ugh. I mean, I guess it's Vecna ruins everything more than Hopper, but still,
Yeah.
yeah. So going back to what you were saying, Doug, with the Hopper and Elle stuff and the Mike and Elle stuff, why is Mike not telling Elle yet again that he loves her for F's sake? I mean, why is this so
Well,
difficult for this kid to say "I love you"?
you talk to the
He's got
internet,
problems
it's
expressing his
because he's gay.
Oh, that's
oh.
true. Because he doesn't like, yeah, yeah. Elle's just her beard, his beard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Nancy was like,
Not if I'm still here. No, no, no.
"Say I love you, you douche." It's just
Yeah.
yeah. It was just, I mean, good Lord, how hard is it, dude? You did that
How
whole
about the
thing in
kiss?
California.
They kissed finally again.
Oh, finally,
And the kiss was pretty spicy.
it was a good kiss. Yeah,
Yeah, it was heavy.
yeah.
A little sloppy.
Oh, did you see how he drank that martini on SNL?
Oh, that was funny. Yeah, I mean, if I had Mike, he does it like this, Doug. I mean, they're doing martinis, and Mike is like,
And he's
literally-
Oh,
it's so funny.
It's-
It was hilarious.
open
Yeah.
mouth.
yeah.
Okay. Was there any
do we
stuff
like,
do we want to talk about more stuff? Do we want to do segments?
I
What do
mean,
we want to do?
I
I'm
don't
fine
know.
either way. I'm just asking. If you got
how
stuff,
long,
Doug,
how long have we been on?
We are just ranting and raving.
about
I'll
an
just
hour.
say I like the arm rip off.
The
That's
arm
cool.
rip-off was good. And I think I saw in
Just-
one of the things
yeah.
it was actually, I think it was Noah's idea, actually. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty
Mm.
sure it was Noah's idea. He was just going to twist it or something, but Noah's like, let's yank it off. And they said, yeah, let's yank it off. So I thought that was good. Yeah.
I didn't like that. I'm not afraid anymore. I was just like, we are hitting the next level here. I couldn't stop thinking of. Have you guys seen Donnie Darko?
Yeah.
Not in a long time, but yeah.
There's a part in like Patrick Swayze's inspirational video where, I mean, this is really bad. They're interviewing a little kid who's wetting the bed, and they zoom in on him, and he's like, "I'm not afraid anymore."
Oh no.
So every
Yeah.
time I watch this and Will is saying that, I'm just like, "Oh, good God."
Oh well.
Well, Joyce's line, we'll just leave it at Joyce's line, came right out of the remake of Red Dawn, the 2012 version of Red Dawn, I think it was. I can't remember what
Oh,
year it was. But yeah, it was
Oh, the
Josh.
Hemsworth kid.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
Hutcherson.
Josh Hutcherson's character says it like you mess with the wrong family.
It was just so. I mean, she just kind of shrugged when she said it.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
And he wasn't like, "Hey, remember me? We went to high school together.
Yeah. We were in the
We're gonna
Oklahoma.
play
We did Oklahoma together back on November of 1959. Do you remember
November
me?
6th to be
Yeah.
exact. It's today's the
Oh.
anniversary."
I'm Henry, Henry Creel. Yeah. Yeah.
Why so when they ran through, this is just a random question I have that goes back to when Elle and Max and Callie, they run through and she's like, "Now," and they run through the curtains and it's like onto a stage.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Did it not look like they were like, it was like a Greek tragedy with like the masks on and stuff? Or did
Mhm.
I make that up?
No, you're right.
So that wasn't Oklahoma.
That was not
right?
Oklahoma. No.
Okay.
No.
All right. I didn't know what play that was. So
I mean, unless it was an avant-garde retelling of Oklahoma.
with Joyce, you never know.
Yeah. No, I did a little bit of digging for like a couple of minutes yesterday just to see if what play it was. And it might be I don't know, like an
But I thought the
Aeschylus play
point
or
was
something
they
like
were
that.
like that Max knew it was going to be Joyce's play.
I think it was a play that, yeah, I don't know why it wasn't Oklahoma unless they couldn't get the rights for it or something. That was kind of strange. But I kind of took it as maybe it was a separate memory. Once they went into the auditorium, it was a little bit misleading. Like they were going to go to Oklahoma, but it was a different play because it was a different memory. So I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I mean,
That's not from the first Shadow? That's not explained in the first Shadow? I assumed it was.
Not that I'm terrible at the first Shadow
Okay.
memory retention stuff. But I don't think so. No. But I mean, obviously the flyers were for Oklahoma and that was clearly not Oklahoma. So I don't know.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Who knows?
all right.
Okay.
Do some
Segments?
segments.
We'll do some segments. All right.
That was the
Collin,
most haphazard review of an episode
Right.
ever.
Well, it was more of just a discussion as opposed to a review.
Free flowing discussion. Yeah.
Free flowing discussion.
Okay. Collin moment. I mean, again, it's just like, I don't know what to, I mean, I haven't battled a pain tree monster lately. I haven't shot a machine gun lately. I haven't been in a sensor deprivation tank lately. And, I haven't chopped off an evil monster's head lately. So yes, Whitney.
Do you know that we can't hear your music?
Yes.
I meant to tell you. Okay. I just know if you thought we could hear it and we didn't.
I put it in afterwards so it's not blinding and blistering everybody's ears.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Continue. Proceed.
Okay. Thank you. You get to peek behind the curtain at how Collin does his magic.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. So yeah, I just kind of went with Purple Rain and Prince and the movie and the summer that was 1984. And Whitney and I have had this discussion, argument, whatever, about what year the best year in music was. And I will die on the hill that it was 1984 forever. We talked about this years ago.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't argue with you about music.
Yeah. But I
argue with you about movies, but not
I'm
you.
firmly in the camp that 1984 was the best year in music history, with everything that came out, not the least of which was Purple Rain. And I was coming up on 13 at the time, and it was literally everywhere in the way, and maybe even more so that Taylor Swift is today. I mean, you could not turn around without hearing Prince, seeing Prince. It was on every radio station. Like every mall you went to, every record store, every movie theater, it was all Prince all the time. And I didn't see the movie until years later, but I mean, I loved the album and listened to that music all the time. And it was just, I mean, there's no like specific Collin moment, but I mean, the summer of 1984, if you were of a certain age at that time, I mean, it was just a thing. It was the summer of Prince. And, you know, I mean, there was other music at the time that was coming out, but it was, I think, I mean, I talk about it in the music segment. I can't remember. I think When Doves Cry came out in May and Purple Rain, the song came out in September. But I mean, obviously the album came out, you know, when the movie came out. So, yeah, I will make up for it with my Collin moment next week. But, you know, for now, we'll just leave it Collin moment as, you know, as Purple Rain.
Did your parents have any problems with the album, Collin?
I didn't listen to the album, particularly Darling Nikki, until years later.
Okay.
So that wasn't an issue per se. I didn't have the album, but I was one of the guys. You know, I had the boombox with the record pause, and every time I heard the bling, I'd hit record. So yes, imagine my surprise when I heard the entire album later and saw the movie later. So I'm like, oh, look at that.
Oh my.
Yeah. But I love Darling Nikki. That's such a good song. But the whole album is just it's one of the few albums where I mean just every song is just really, really good. And you know, listening to his music now, I mean, good Lord, it's been 10 years since he passed away, almost 10 years.
God, it's been that long. I can't believe it.
2016. But yeah, I mean, just you'll hear them. I play them later, and I hope, because I ran them through YouTube and they didn't zap me, so I'm hoping they actually make it onto the podcast. But just the musicianship of like the opening chords, and just, I mean, it's just amazing, and the fact that he played everything was phenomenal. So
it's amazing album.
I'm psyched that they picked Prince, and I'm psyched that, you know, not that these songs needed a boost. I mean, they're still in everybody's collective consciousness, whether you're alive then or not, or like the music then or not. It's, I mean, everybody knows Purple Rain and When Doves Cry and, you know, all that stuff. So, but yeah,
I like
I'm
it.
psyched.
You know, I really like how they used an album side as the bomb. That's good.
Yeah. So you got the
This is
record,
Stranger
record
Things
on the
I
record
know and
player and the little nerdy D&D piece, you know, so you got, you know, like you got an album and a D&D piece blow up the Upside Down when all is said and done, right? You know, we waited 5 years for a record and a figurine to blow up the Upside Down.
And that's, I mean, I thought it was perfect. You know, side 2 starts with When Doves Cry. Like they didn't even have to flub that either. Like it was legit.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, so good, so good. And I mean, I'm never gonna not. I am gonna think of Stranger Things every time I hear Purple Rain now.
Oh, absolutely.
I couldn't tell you the last time I'd heard that song. Like, I don't think I've ever listened to that song all the way through.
Oh, really?
Come on.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll hear it on the radio every once in a while, but I mean, it's on a couple
I did find it kind of a weird choice for that scene. And maybe it was because I don't have the context, but I was like, this music doesn't go with what's happening.
You mean the music itself or the lyrics or what?
Both.
Yeah. Well, again,
perfect.
I thought so
but
too.
But also, I've never seen the movie, and I don't even know the words to the song other than Purple Rain. So
it was more the nostalgia than anything. It was the even though it's 3 years, you know, too late, whatever. You know, good Lord. You know, I think I heard When Doves Cry on the radio like a month ago, even before Stranger Things. You know, it's just everywhere. I mean, I just kind of hear it. So yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying, that if you're not listening to those kind of radio stations, or if you don't have it on a playlist, you might not. But I mean, the songs are just so ubiquitous and like burned into everybody's consciousness. So, but I'm with you, Doug. I thought they were perfect. I mean, not because of the lyrics or the artist or whatever. It was purely the nostalgia of, you know, hearing that song. And I think, Whitney, it might have hit you a little bit harder if all season long we had other music, you know, so it wasn't just so flagrantly, wow, we have had no 80s music all season until right now, you know. So
I mean, it hit me hard. I was just kind of surprised at the choice. And I remember thinking like, oh, this is kind of an odd I liked it.
Yeah.
But I was just like, wouldn't have ever guessed. You could have given me a million guesses and I would have never said.
Well, we said Prince. I remember we said Prince when we were guessing, when we had heard that they
I
had
meant for
a-
that scene.
No, I
Like
know. Yeah.
Mike and Elle's
Yeah.
goodbye to Purple Rain. Like,
Yeah.
would have never.
Yeah.
I was kind of bummed out that they gave us that sort of teaser as to, well, we got a big artist who doesn't usually license the songs. I was like, oh, you're ruining it because it's Prince.
Yeah, we all just said, yeah, it's Prince. Yeah. So
It would have been much better if it just said drop.
Nora Felder's never going to email you again, Colin.
I know. Well, she didn't she did once, but she didn't the other time. So I just stopped because I don't want to, be that guy.
It is we did have to chop this up into two, but man, wow, this whole chapter delivered all the needle drops I wanted and some.
Oh, you talk in the epilogue too?
I loved
The epilogue,
it.
the
Every
epilogue had some
single
good
one.
ones too. Yeah, the epilogues were good too.
Yeah, Iron Maiden.
Yep. Spoiler alert. No, just kidding. We all know by now, but no locations, a couple tire peel outs, one when the Humvees pull up at the Squawk, where Max and Vicky are hanging out. So here's the first one. So this is when they pull up to the Squawk. And then they also pull up in front of the lab once they realize that everybody's there. So this is the other one. I love how this just became a segment for no reason. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. Every time we're doing that, I'm like, why did we do this?
I know it's bizarre. Movies. The Wizard of Oz is mentioned when Max is talking about Dorothy. This shot, and I'll put it up. The shot where Nancy is almost eaten by the mind flayer, and it's just a really close up of her face, and the monster's right behind her. Combined with her outfit and everything else, just really screamed Ripley, obviously, to me through the whole thing.
Nancy screamed Rambo to me. She looked like John Rambo by the end.
And Rambo too. Yeah, both of them. I mean, I kind of
She's a Ripley Rambo combo.
She kind of had the Sigourney Weaver fro kind of going on. So I mean, I kind of
John Rambo fro going on.
Also true. Vicky refers to. Go ahead.
I jump in on the Alien too. I really got Aliens vibes when the pain tree rises and it's, I don't know, its butt basically comes out of the ground. Very similar to the queen alien ripping off the nest at the end of Aliens. Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yep. Vicky talks about mutant Cujos, which is, book or movie, depending on who you talk to, or both, obviously. It really struck me. I don't know if any of you guys have seen I think it was the Bourne Identity. I don't know which one. I think it was the first one, where when Elle jumps into the creature, she has kind of like she's kind of like curled up, and then she lands and kind of does the superhero 3-point stance
standard
kind of roll.
superhero landing.
But just the image, because in the Bourne Identity they made such a big deal about Matt Damon is jumping from building to building and the camera follows him. So there was a whole thing about how they filmed that scene with because it looks like the camera is like falling through the air with him. But it was the same kind of shot in this one. So this is the Jason Bourne shot versus with the L shot, which was I thought really cool.
Very anime. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. And then Robin refers to Godzilla. We already talked about Red Dawn in the line, but the whole last thing had a whole Red Dawn vibe with young kids, dressed as soldiers and saving the world and that kind of stuff. And then kind of the whole apocalyptic wasteland, and kind of reminded me of the beginning of T2. Nancy and I were talking about that, with the scene where the skeleton robot stomps. Skeleton robot, yeah. The Terminator stomps on the skull at the beginning of T2. Not that there was a skull here, but that kind of vibe. So anything else for movies that you guys caught or saw or thought of?
No.
And not a whole lot of video
That's
games, obviously.
No.
So there wasn't that.
I have a video game dissertation coming next episode.
For which one? Oh, video games in the next one?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm preparing a whole essay.
Okay.
I'm not joking either.
I know you're not.
Wait, did
Oh.
you see something? Yeah. What did you see?
Max's line about the Wheelers feeling Mr. Wheeler feeling at Mrs. Wheeler in the hall back in the 50s flashback. And I saw a bunch of people on like Reddits and places like that talking about how the Wheelers had a loveless marriage and that he was so much older than her and that whole thing. So yeah, there's continuity issues, right? Because I mean, they're apparently either close to the same grade or, maybe a year or two off, and they were feeling each other up in high school. So who knows? I did get a kick out of, I think it was the behind the episode. And they were filming the final scene with Elle and Vecna, and they're bouncing and bumping all around and everything like that. And Elle at one point, has to, move out of the way and kind of act like she got hurt and she got banged against a rock and she was like writhing and screaming in pain, and the Duffers came running out. I'm like, oh my God, Millie, are you okay? Are you okay? And she's like, yes, it was acting. So she was, it was like, I got you. I was acting and I got you. So that was funny. I'll put a link up to you guys so you guys can see that. I did think it was interesting at the beginning, obviously, when Mr. Clark and Eric are up in the church and Kay and her crew apparently come and raid the church, that we never hear anything more about Erica and Mr. Clark until the epilogue. Did I miss something?
Nope.
That was kind of strange. I don't know. Maybe show a shot of them being hauled off somewhere, or I don't know. It was just kind of weird.
Did they not show them when Elle was saying goodbye?
I didn't see him. No.
They had Max was there.
They had Max and Vicky, which is what made me think of it. I'm like, well, where are Erica and Mr. Clark? So it was kind of strange. I mean, it was all obviously in the same night. So, and then Jordan wrote in with a couple little things. Said she really liked Max running to hug Holly when they found all the children in the Creel house. That was a cool moment. And the Wheeler siblings hug. After the Mind Flayer was defeated. So the Nancy and Mike and Holly all hugged together, which she thought was a nice little moment, which I did too. And then she also liked, we mentioned it, Steve wiping off Derek's glasses inside the Mind Flayer. So that was cool. So well, that's it for little things. Well, let's talk about music. And hope I don't get dinged by YouTube. But again, I tried it and it seemed to work. So first song is a little ditty called When Doves Cry.
This is Purple Rain.
That's Purple Rain. I had them labeled wrong. This one.
I was like,
This one. So like, wait a second, did I hit the wrong button? Yeah, no, I just labeled them wrong. So when I was putting them in the soundboard. So When Doves Cry came out in May of 1984. It was Prince's first ever #1 hit. It was #1 for 5 weeks. From July through August of 1984. Good song, and we've already talked about it, and it's a good song. And I just played Purple Rain. That came out a couple months later in September of 1984. It never made it to #1. Only made it to #2 for 2 weeks because of Wham and their infectious "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go." Kept it out of.
Of course. How we
you need the answer to a trivia question. The song that kept Purple Rain from being #1 was "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go." Although Purple Rain was later ranked as the number 18 of the greatest 500 songs ever, according to Rolling Stone magazine. So,
woo!
And "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go" wasn't even on the list. So there you go.
No.
Which brings us to, do you still have any of these that you haven't answered or asked or
no.
anything, Whitney?
I saved all of them. I didn't ask any of them.
Okay. I don't have a little cute jingle for you, but questions
okay.
Whitney's annoyed that didn't get answered here on Stranger Things Scoops Ahoy podcast.
Okay. All right. Starting off strong with #1. Why did the Mind Flayer live in the desert when for 10 years we've been told he likes it cold? That
Deserts
seems
can be
weird.
very cold.
Well, they were also all dressed up, rather warmly, so it may not have been a horribly hot desert. It could have been
a desert.
I mean, there are deserts out there that are chilly. So
Interdimensional. The climate is unknown.
yes, it was.
It's frustrating.
It's
okay?
an outer space desert. It might have been.
It's frustrating.
Might have been.
It looks like Mars.
Yes.
No, Mars is hot.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
It's
but it's
just
very cold at
frustrating.
night. It's cold at night. So
It wasn't nighttime.
it could be, approaching.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay.
Okay. Number 2. What was in all the alien eggs? Why did we see the alien eggs in season 1? Because I got real excited about them.
I
I
did
was
too.
thinking we were going to see, a whole land filled with eggs. And then the gang's like, oh no, we're in trouble.
Yep.
And
We should actually scour the internet to see if anybody's ever written an article about the life cycle of a Demogorgon, because that would probably help answer any questions that we might have.
I don't know if you guys know this,
Mm-hmm.
but I have written that article.
You don't say.
Yeah. Why did Henry need 4 gates in season 4? And why did we never see the gates?
We'll see what gates.
In season 4, he needed 4 gates to open
Mm-hmm.
to
The lake gate,
start
the water gate, and the
That's explained by Dr. Brenner. They needed enough gates to make the cracks.
right.
Explains it explicitly in Chapter 5, the Nina Project, 211.
No,
Are you
it
making this
happened.
up?
It happened before that.
No, I'm
it happened
not.
after that.
Well, it might have been a little bit later.
Yeah.
I'm not making it up.
Why did he need them for though? Like what were they doing?
They were weakening the infrastructure, so to speak. I don't know. It's
Are you talking
Just
about?
said-
Are you talking about the 4 spokes of
Mhm.
earthquake, molten
Yeah.
lava?
Yeah.
Okay, as opposed to like actual.
Yeah. At the end, and it was like
Yeah.
I feel like we only saw one, and it was at the Max Z, and there wasn't even anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I took the 4 spokes as kind of what Doug's saying. He was just kind of like weakening, kind of starting the destruction of the world, essentially, kind of getting a head start.
Dr.
Okay.
Brenner says he's making holes in a dam. The more holes, it gets weaker, and that's
Right.
exactly what it does. And then
Yeah.
the
Okay.
4 points all meet in the center.
Right. So
All right. It just
And you
seemed
don't
like
see
there
them
was.
because they cover them all up with the Band-Aid.
Yep.
All right.
yep.
Okay, moving on. Who cares if Will made the tunnels? Why did that point need to be brought up? It didn't do anything. We didn't need the tunnels. The tunnels did nothing.
I mean, aside from the demo dogs running through there and giving them a quick access, to run through and
And
cause
just in season 2,
destruction.
because they
Just in
never
season
did
2,
anything with them in season 3. So
Yeah. I mean, that's
What
all
was
I
the
got for
significant-
those.
yeah, and I'm not saying you guys have to answer these. These
No,
are
I know.
just things that I come up with.
And I'm
like,
not going
"Wait
to spend a lot of time
second."
on them. I'm just a gut reaction when I hear them. Yeah.
Well,
I don't think it's. I mean, there's two separate questions about that Will tunnel thing, right? Like, was it a big deal that Will made the tunnels? I'm on board with you. I was just like, so what?
yeah,
That whole narrative of this part of the season was really bugging me. Just like Will is just like, oh, I'm so terrible. I can't do anything right. Golly gee.
yeah.
Yep.
Right. It's just
And I made the tunnels. He tricked me into making the
And
tunnels.
I made the tunnels.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the progression, as far as the progression of what we know Vecna was doing the whole time, you could sit down and trace like why it makes sense, right? They say these things. The first thing is, it establishes the connection, and then the Demogorgon's there, right? And only the Demogorgon can, for some reason, can get through these gates. So, like, he's reaching into the world with these vines,
hmm
and then it's spreading. It's all just evil doer type of
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
It's like evil mayhem, but it was also a really fast like subway system,
All
Yeah.
right.
I think.
Then
Yep.
they say in the third one, what he's trying to do is steal L's powers, and he does. That was the whole point of the goo monster.
All
Right.
right.
Yep. Okay.
And
What-
then when he steals the powers, then he does the 4 gates, because now he can open gates like L could open gates with this psychic connection.
Right.
What was the point of November 6th?
No
Why was
idea.
that
That's
significant?
annoying.
It was just
That's annoying.
I think it was
It's
just a
just
random
annoying,
day.
right?
I think
As
they
long
just
as
picked
yeah.
I mean, it could be their ex-wife's cousin's boyfriend's birthday for all we.
No, but I'm saying that they were like Lucas literally says stares dead at the camera in season 5 and says, "I don't believe in coincidences." And November 6th acted like it was a big deal. We never find, and I'm pretty sure that they said in an interview that we would find out the significance of November 6th, unless it was just that's when
Well,
Oklahoma was.
I mean, are you asking why that particular day, or the fact that everything came around exactly 4 years later? Like
No, just that particular day.
Okay. I think it was just I mean, they had to pick a day. We could just as easily be sitting here.
Right, I know.
What's the significance of February 15th, or whatever. So
You guys don't have to answer these questions.
No, I don't.
I want the Duffers to answer these questions, okay?
It's
What
fun
was-
to answer them if we can, though. That's all.
Okay, what was the point of Max learning that Henry knew all the parents and her doing her little flashback to the 50s if it was never going to come up? That whole scene could have been taken out.
That's
and
a
it
plot
wouldn't have
hole.
made a difference.
That's a plot hole to me. I look at that as a plot hole.
Okay.
Yeah,
That makes me feel good.
the fact that Henry was in the play and nobody knew, and yeah.
And nobody was like, hey, nobody said, and like when Karen wrote his name out, Henry, like
Yeah,
in
all
the
that's
very
dumb.
beginning.
All
Like,
that
yeah.
stuff is dumb. I agree.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
bad.
Okay. What happened to all the military people? This bugged me.
Mhm.
Why, first of all, why was the group not prepared for the military to just be waiting on them when they came back out? Like they were
Right.
just zooming back out, listening to wind doves cry.
I mean, I
and
forgot all about it. I was
And
like,
it's
oh, yeah,
like-
that's right.
Yep.
They forgot they were there. Then
Yep.
they get out and they're like grabbing all of them.
Yeah.
And then somehow 11 gets away.
Yep.
And they just stand there and look at her
Yep.
instead of like going to get her in the upside down.
Well, and she also stood there and looked at her when they went into the upside
Yeah.
down. The truck
Yeah.
was open and Kay's staring at her with a gun in her hand pointed at her.
And
Well, they
Elle
don't
was
wanna
doing
kill
her
her.
like,
Well, I know.
They
but,
want to capture her.
Like, she could have shot the tires. She could have done anything.
but then, and obviously, this is not a spoiler, but technically, I guess we learned this in the epilogue. But we don't ever hear. We don't know what happened to Dr. K.
No, but I mean,
Reassigned.
I just assumed, yeah, she got reassigned to where did the guy end up in Mission Impossible? Like a remote station in Alaska or something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, with Kali dead and Elle dead, they had no purpose. I mean, there's no point in holding anybody or whatever. I mean, and they
They
sat and
would
watched
put a
them.
bullet in every one of those people's brains for knowing all the stuff that they knew. If this was real life, it's not. But I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, there
Oh.
was also, a Russian base under the mall.
Yeah.
Just always just say that phrase all
Okay.
the time.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a
All right,
Russian
all right,
base
all
under
right.
the mall.
Yeah. Okay.
Why did Henry?
Well,
need-
no, wait. I want to say that again. There was a Russian base under the mall, and when I keeps hitting this with you, I'm not like going after you, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm confused by it too. I'm going through this, and I'm like, why did I get to the point where I started taking this more seriously?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And why was it okay that there was a Russian base under the mall and it's super fun? Like,
Yep.
I can't reconcile it either.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yep.
I don't know why.
I felt like they put like an emphasis on Henry needing 12 children, which I was like 12 children, like on a clock. And then the clocks played
Yeah.
a big deal in season 4. No.
Yeah. I think it's just like the date. I think they picked a number, and 12 is a
There's
fairly
like-
common number with
12's
zodiac
good.
signs and hours, and it's a fairly, it's an even number. So
Yeah.
No, I think that was intentionally picked for the clock, and it's not. It doesn't have to mean anything greater, but it hits us and triggers something in our minds. And I don't disagree that it was a less successful use of that trope, so to speak. But a good example is the 4 that we mentioned earlier, like when there were 4 gates, right?
Mhm.
That in our minds, in our Western minds, triggers the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, right?
Mhm.
But they never say that, right? But
I would.
we
I did
make
not
we make
trigger.
that connection.
Yeah.
I mean, I did. I was like, oh yeah, end of the
Oh, I
world.
didn't.
Like,
Um, We never saw Dr. Owens again. Not a plot hole, but
That
That
annoys
was sad.
that annoys me, and Susie annoys me because they could have very easily been explained with like 3 words. I mean,
yeah,
somebody could
yes,
have said to Dustin, "Sorry about Susie, bro," and Eddie,
yeah.
"Let's go party." It could have just been a really quick acknowledgement, and especially with Owens,
I mean, Owens is
oh,
still chained in a basement, Nevada
yeah. I
somewhere.
mean, they could have addressed both of those very easily and very quickly.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
I'm sad that Owens wasn't there, but
I am
these things
too.
don't bother me whatsoever. I don't need Susie
no, I
mentioned
don't
for the
either. I'm
sake of
just,
an
it's
Easter
just,
egg.
it would have been nice to, toss in there just as a,
Yes, all things must pass. Fuck Susie.
Poor Gabriella. Okay.
But
Um,
Owens, I mean, okay, like I was sad that Owens wasn't there, but
I thought it was weird that he wasn't there.
I don't think it's weird, right? Like it's, this is you got to think about it in terms of the bureaucracy, man. He's, the bureaucracy is a machine.
I mean,
They're
the only thing
just
that I'll
shipping
hold
out
on to,
Kagan.
it was a year and a half later. So,
Sure, yeah.
a lot can happen in a year and a half. But yeah,
Hmm.
I'm with you.
And then the pregnant women
They're all dead.
just blew him up. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
All
raw.
right. I mean, it's a tough way to go, but
Yep.
and then Nancy and Hopper just
Yep.
excused of their war crimes. They gunned down multiple U.S. soldiers.
Yep.
No one
Yes.
cares.
Yep.
It's Red Dawn. Remember,
Okay.
there's a base
Yep.
there's a Russian base under a
There's a
mall.
Russian
Yep.
base under a mall.
Yep.
Mr. Clark, he wasn't confused to see Hopper. He thought he'd been dead for 2 years, and all of a sudden Hopper's there.
Oh,
Well,
God.
same with Max. As far as Max knows, Hopper's dead too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, it's stuff like it's just little things,
Yeah.
little things. Um, why were there? And I know that the Duffer said that it was Demogorgon fatigue, and
Yep.
that answer pisses me off.
Sure.
It really does. What do you mean that there's no Demogorgons where the Mind Flayer lives? When we saw it the first time, they were just running around everywhere.
That was kind of a convenient way to make the fight just the kids and the Mind Flayer without having to worry about Demogorgons too and
I
being
know, but it's
hopelessly
like
outmanned and dead.
I don't think
Anyway.
there were Demogorgons everywhere.
Oh, there
Yeah.
were
How many?
when Henry first went
Henry?
into Dimension X, when we called it Dimension X, and he went in there.
yeah,
Demogorgons
they were
all over the
crawling
place.
around everywhere.
Yeah.
I feel like there was one crawling
No,
up
no,
a
no,
hill.
no, 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 no,
Mm-mm.
no. There were
There was
many.
a flock of Demogorgons.
There were many. Well, they
Mhm.
weren't flocked, but they were sporadic ones.
Yeah, you
were-
saw them.
There were many.
Sure, sure.
Why did Will suddenly not feel Vecna anymore? He felt all of his when his hand got shot, he was like, "Oh no, my hand," and then Joyce chopped his head off, and Will didn't even have a headache. That's
Sure,
weird,
But the
right?
chop?
That's a good point.
Yeah. So I
Well, I mean, he has to
I
be
think the
he has to be tapped into him, right? Was he tapped into him then?
I don't.
He has to
That
be
doesn't bother me
hijacked.
with a head chop.
He has to be in
But
Vecna's mind, like to feel it, right?
Um,
It's not like a random Tuesday when he's getting a milkshake at Millwall's that he's going
Yeah.
to feel what Vecna's feeling.
all right.
Precisely, but it does not. It doesn't
It-
line up with
it-
Vecna's
and
getting
again-
feeling the hive mind in the fight, and Will was not
Hmm.
during
Yeah.
the L versus the yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's holes everywhere.
Then the whole 11 felt like she had to kill herself to escape the same military that couldn't find her in a quarantined town of 600 people.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. And then this one actually really bothers me, and it's from season 3. And I have thought about this continually.
Mhm.
In season 3, when they're in the cabin and Billy or 11 gets pulled into, she's sitting there and she's got the blindfold on,
Mhm.
and Billy comes around the corner
Hmm.
and he's like, "We're building it for you. We've
Mm-hmm.
been building it all for you.
We've been
Mhm.
building it
For you. What the fuck are they building?"
Well,
I think we're
the
building
brave-
the meat flare.
I was saying the Brave New World, like the
Oh,
I mean, we look at it as destruction of a world because we're on the world that's being destructed. But if you're on the world that is, destroying the other world, you are building a new. I mean, I thought they were, building the Brave New World, the utopia, the happy world that that Vecna and the Mind Flayer are so convinced is needed. Is how I took it. I mean, they're not physically building like a skyscraper or a bridge or something.
But they were acting like we are building this place because of you, 11, for you, and you're going to come live here with us.
I mean, they didn't say you're going to come here and live with us and be our queen.
No, but they were building it for you would imply,
Well, it could imply anything.
partake.
We're building it to fight you. We're building it to invite you to join us. We're building it because of you. I mean, you could take that a number of different ways. But I took
That's
it
just cold-blooded shit to say it to someone before you bust the cap in their ass, right?
Yeah.
I just watched Pulp Fiction.
Yep.
And not a plot hole, but someone said that the Upside Down gets safer every season, and it really made me laugh because we started out with people are in full-on hazmat suits in season 1.
Right.
By
And
season 5.
and Demogorgons and Demodogs are all. I mean, Shepard was in there for what, 30
season
seconds?
5, we're just lighting them up in the Upside Down and
Smoke them if you got them.
peeing on the wall, all this stuff.
Yep.
And then
Nancy was there. Nancy was in there in season 1, and it was fine. They put on the suits out of an abundance of caution.
Right.
Okay. And finally, and this I do think about is how did 11 recognize Will in season 1? It was never explained. We never know.
That bugs me too. Yeah, when she saw the science fair picture,
Yeah.
she recognized him.
She pointed to Will and she knew.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to assume that she was running from the Demogorgon, and he came along, and the Demogorgon switched targets.
That's a big leap.
Could be.
Well, I mean, it's not that big of a leap.
All right, that's it for now, but I'll be back for
Okay.
the prologue, okay?
Okay.
It's the epilogue, by the way.
Epilogue. I keep
All right.
calling it a prologue.
I'm gonna make the executive decision, and I don't know, either piss off people or hopefully they understand, and like skip the emails, and we will either come back to them in the next episode or do a whole episode just on emails, because they were really good emails, but they're also long. And we still need to get to superlatives. So everybody that wrote an email, I know some of them actually had stuff about the epilogue too. So we will either kind of condense and combine for the next episode, because all we'll be talking about is the epilogue, and it wouldn't take nearly as long as this one did, I don't think. But we will get to them.
It was my new segment, wasn't it?
It was your new segment. So yes,
we could
everybody
just
who
randomly
emailed
write
in, we'll still do the superlatives. So that part we'll do, but the emails themselves will hold till later. So hang in there. And if you want to amend them or add to them or whatever, just know that we got them and we will get to them. So, wrong one. In the meantime, let's go to superlatives.
All right, let's do it rapid fire.
Okay, best line I had Murray when Hopper is telling him to be careful with the C4 when they first get into the Upside Down lab.
Oh, I was planning on carelessness, but you're right, Jim. Caution here would be wise.
That's just so good.
Mine was when Steve finds out that Nancy told Jonathan about his 6 little nuggets.
I think it would have been better if I'd said 4.
No, I don't, Steve.
No, Steve.
Nope.
Mine is Hopper riding with Murray out of the Upside Down.
Feels like I need a nap and a smoke.
Thought you quit.
Yeah, that's why it's gonna taste so good.
Lola had the same as Whitney. Susan did. This is funny. Lucas harshing Mike's buzz in the abyss.
Those are flares. What? Flares. Gave you a flare gun, dude.
That's a good line. That's good.
She gave you a flare gun, dude. Gina went with Hopper's whole speech to Elle, but I picked up this bit.
Fight for the happy days on the other side of this. Fight for a world beyond Hawkins.
And he goes on the whole 3 inches, and that was
good.
It was a really good scene. And then Jordan mentioned Hop's speech, Elle's speech, Elle saying goodbye to Mike in the deep dark void, but then she said she just kind of had to go with this one.
You fucked with the wrong family.
I mean, I said the F word twice.
We got a record F-bombs this episode.
Yeah.
I know, more than the whole show had in its entire run. They had the two.
Yep.
They had Billy in the sauna and Joyce, and that was it. And
Yeah, just like our podcast.
okay, most spirited.
Oh, most spirited. I went with the post-victory truck ride. This got me so pumped up. Sorry, I know you said rapid fire, Whitney, but I am going to indulge in
Well,
this
most
moment.
spirited is like most 80s things. So I was wondering how you were tying this into 80s things, but I'll give you a spirited thing. That's fine. I get what you're saying.
I just roll with it, right?
I'm
Like
rolling. I'm
this
rolling, dude. I'm rolling.
This episode's gone rogue, okay?
is
It's fine.
ah man, I just loved I thought it was perfect to end the show or this section on this like post-concert truck ride. Like it reminded me of driving home from a concert. It
Oh
reminded me
man.
of go ahead. Yes?
I would have been so happy if that's where it ended.
Oh, just
Right.
what?
I would have been thrilled.
God, would have been terrible.
Nope. I would have been like, yep, the good guys won.
The good guys, and then you would have never,
Sure.
you would have not asked any of these questions.
Nope,
Yep.
I wouldn't have, because I
Nope.
would have been happy.
I went with the AM shortwave radio kit in the Radio Shack that Kay finds because it's the only 80s thing in the entire episode. So other than the Prince
went-
songs.
Well, yeah, that's why I went with When Doves Cry and just threw in a little Derek waving at Mike because it's my favorite part of the whole episode.
Yep.
Oh, riding in the back of that truck. Wait, I wanted to tell you guys about this.
What?
Right? Riding in the back of this truck reminded me of going to Bills games. And I used to take a mini bus to Bills games in my
Mhm.
20s for
Sure.
like a decade. We were absolutely bananas, right? And the team was so bad, right? And we didn't care, and we just partied in this bus, doing dance parties on the literally as we're driving down the road, and we were always dancing to Prince.
Well, there you go. Can
Could have been a
I
Doug
was,
moment.
I was going to say,
It
if
was
you
a
could-
Doug moment.
if you could tie this to the 80s, I'll give it to you. So there you go. I love it.
I mean, it was early aughts.
I was
Sorry,
going to say that wasn't the 80s.
close enough.
But you tied it with the Prince song, so I got it. Very
That's
good.
right. That's right. That's right.
Oh, wait.
Susan said there's hardly any to choose from, so I'm just going with Max's checkered Vans, the checkerboard slip-ons. That's
Yep.
a good pick. And Gina picked the Purple Rain album drop as the bomb trigger with the D&D game piece. Perfect.
Perfect.
For most Stranger Thing, I went with the disgusting egg sacs underneath. Why did it need egg sacs?
Well, because they have eggs. We just covered this in season 1. They have eggs.
Yeah, but they were attached to it.
Well, actually, presumably they
spider.
fall off. They fall off in the upside down, and then sure. Why not?
That whole thing it was gross.
I don't know. I went with the pain tree becoming the mind flare, which was just terrifying to me and really, really cool. I like that.
I went with Vecna using Sarah Hopper to mess with Hopper's mind.
Oh yeah,
That
that was creepy.
I didn't like it.
Building it
Lola
for you.
appears to have chosen something after my own heart with Vecna's gurgling because I
Yep.
hate gross sounds.
Right.
And that was one of them. Susan said the giant mind flayer beast with a cavern for a belly.
Mhm.
That is weird.
That is kind of weird.
Like, didn't have any organs.
Yeah, it's like a whole cave that people can walk
Yeah,
around
like
in.
a little house.
But yeah.
Gina said the Vecna mind fight with Hopper. Honestly, I would have taken 5 more of these fights with different main characters instead of the big CGI monster fight. That could have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been neat.
And Jordan said the squishies that Stephen Dustin poked. Oh, the egg sags
Yep.
underneath the mind flayer.
Yeah. I'm not even going to play it because you can supply it for us.
Yeah.
Okay, MVP. I thought it was hands down. Jamie Campbell Bower. I thought he was so good across the board in this episode, both as Vecna and Henry and Mr. Whatsit. And it was just, I was just literally, it was like watching it the third or fourth time. I'm like, who am I going to pick as MVP? And then I just kept watching him, and it was just so natural and terrifying. So it was kind of hands down him for me.
Cool. It's me.
It's you or Doug.
I went with Jonathan because he saved Steve. The only time I've ever given Jonathan the MVP award. And it's because he saved Steve.
That's it.
I went with Hopper / David Harbour. I loved all the Hopper parts. The action scenes with Hopper were awesome.
Yep.
And David Harbour was amazing in multiple scenes. Just so good.
Yeah, really cool. Lola also went with JCB and added Winona and Mills. Character, she said Jonathan for saving Steve, Lucas for saving Dustin, and Holly for fighting a literal mass murderer with psychic powers and for helping the kids who she wanted to kill during the last episode, meaning who Lola wanted to kill during the last episode, the kids. Susan picked Jamie too, said has been excellent all along as Henry, but his performance in this episode was off the charts. Gina also went with Jamie. His face acting as Henry is some of the best I've ever seen. And then for character, she said the whole Natural 20 tag teaming the Mind Flayer with 11. Loved that it took them all to win. That was one thing I didn't mention that the Duffers talked about. I'll just say it really quickly. They made sure that everybody played a role. So everybody did something, it wasn't necessarily crucial, but they all were doing something different. So Lucas and Mike had the flares and Robin and, Jonathan had the flamethrower. So I thought that was kind of neat that they all had a role to play. And then Jordan said Elle for sacrificing herself for her loved ones and all the future children she's saving for being subjected to what she went through, and or Nancy for offering herself up as the bait. So,
oh yeah, Nancy.
Yeah, badass Nancy.
All right.
Walking down Wheeler. So yeah, that's it. And again, we will get to the emails sometime either next episode or a couple after that, whatever. But we will get to them. So. We will be back next week to do our very last chapter by chapter recap of Stranger Things. I know. We're going to talk about the epilogue.
Super excited.
So when you see the brick being, masoned into the wall, that's where we're starting, and we'll go to the end. Yeah. So emails by this Sunday, January 25th. The next episode will be Thursday, January 29th.
If you want
Did we get all our ranting and raving out of the way?
I'll never finish.
Oh no, we're gonna have a whole. We'll have a whole episode
never
of ranting
done.
and raving. And
Krispy Kreme is unfollowing this podcast as we speak. He said, "This is the most negative." He said, "I love this show, and I will not stand for this blasphemy." If you want to get in touch with us, you can always email us at skipstoypod@gmail.com, and you can check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Discord. And if you like us, you can leave us a rating, or better yet, a review, only if it's nice, on iTunes. So I want to thank everybody for listening, and I hope you tune in next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Stranger Things audio clips and official score are the property of Netflix. Incidental music by Blue Mount Score from Pixabay.